to the Nerdy Chinese Backlog. We are playing Arkham City. I'm playing Arkham City here with my buddy Drew Worth. We're playing it from the beginning again, just so we can have like a full go through instead of one that stops right after Ra's al Ghul.
I totally forgot the flying mechanics, which is bad. It's very simple. There you go.
It's slightly more complicated than Arkham Asylum, which I actually appreciate. But that's one example in which I think the bigger open world actually really works, is that the flying mechanics are better.
Yeah, you said you like the dungeon-y type stuff a lot, but I preferred this because I felt like Batman. I could swoop down on enemies and just light them out.
That's
and you had a lot of room, and you could zip line out if you needed to. So I felt like Batman way more than I did in Arkham Asylum.
Fair enough.
Arkham Asylum felt like it wanted to do this, but it didn't have the groundwork yet.
Yeah, true. It's almost like they didn't have the money to do all the stuff yet, so they kind of had to figure out what they wanted most.
They focused on the story and turning Joker into a massive monster and completely taking away from everything with the Joker.
Yeah, the boss fight was silly.
Why?
But then again, that game actually feels like you're kind of solving a mystery. Like this one, I don't know. You just kind of wander around. Like you get sidetracked by like, what's the end result? What happens at the end of this game? You go to the helicopters, scan them, get the code, and go up one. Like, we could have done that like a second ago. We came into the courthouse for no reason. We could have just hooked onto one of those, like, helicopters and scanned it, right?
Yep. We've been like, hey, maybe if we like listen to what's going on. Am I supposed to go? I don't remember. These doors. These doors.
Oh wait, you're not supposed to enter from downstairs.
I figured. I didn't know if these stairs accessible. Or am I supposed to zip line somewhere? Oh, I can't go.
Oh wait, I think. Yeah, you're supposed to go upstairs, right? Because there's like a guard that you knock out and then you drop down from a tightrope or something.
Yeah. I'm supposed to like
I
watch.
played the beginning of this game like a bunch of times.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to watch him threaten
here we
to
go.
drop Catwoman in a vat of acid.
How do you get acid in a prison?
Well, it seems Hugo Strange is not doing a very good job of like controlling inventory.
True.
So he probably
Supplying it.
Show them all how we do things. We should be fair, though. This is a place of justice after all. True justice.
This is like the one scene in the entire Arkham series where you saw like a duality to Two-Face. After this, he's just
True. Yeah, he's just bad Two-Face the whole time. Well, but like the whole thing is that like I forgot what I was trying to say. Never mind.
That's what's stealing from us. No one steals from us.
I don't know. I also feel like he would have replaced like the other half of his suit.
Untie me, and I'll make it up to you.
maybe he's like that was all cosmetically done.
Yeah, it could be. Like
got a
torn
brand-
jeans.
Yeah, he got a brand new suit. And he's like, what if I just dip this very lightly into some acid?
You just you have like a specially designed like tailoring thing that's just like I don't know what it would be. It's like an iron, but you iron half of it with water and then half of it with acid.
Taking out the thug with the gun is the key. Without him, the rest of the room won't get followed.
No guns. No killing.
Except in these games,
Yeah, you
he
definitely
for sure killed some people.
when you like run the car into someone.
Should I drop attack or should I build some suspense?
How long do they the chatter usually goes on for like a while.
Yeah, they give you plenty of opportunities to figure out that hey, you're supposed to interrupt this.
I kind of want to see what he says. Oh well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright, so let's talk about the combat in this game because this is the first real combat encounter, right?
Yeah, like large scale.
I think the combat in these games is some of the most unique and brilliant stuff like created. And I don't, maybe more controversially, I don't think any other game has really gotten it right.
I know Shadow of Mordor kind of like
Shadow of Mordor's close.
Yeah, they followed this the recipe, I guess you could say, pretty closely. Oh,
Pretty closely. But the thing about Shadow of Mordor is that like sometimes they just keep coming.
mm-hmm.
Like it becomes like a thing of survival instead of like how good
Which one lets me out of here
are
alive?
you at like how high can you get the combo meter?
Not this one.
I mean,
Time to die.
I also played it at normal. I never tried Shadow of Order on a difficulty
True,
that
neither
would
did I.
actually challenge me.
I also got the Game of the Year edition that gives you the rune that makes you immune to poison, so I always had counter prompts.
Yes.
Two guns, bitch.
But in Shadow of Mordor, like at lower levels, you definitely want to
And I thought it was
make sure that you
cats that had
do
9
a lot of the
lives.
stealth takedowns or pick groups that are like 2 to 3 orcs. Once you get the like, I think it's like the A and X one where it's like the ground smash that sends them back. I mean, you can you
clear
can
up
boost
ground.
that combo meter to like 50 pretty easily.
Doesn't AX also brainwash?
It's a kitty.
Like there's one of them that's like an auto brainwash or something.
I think it's B and Y.
Anyone
Okay.
ever tell you that you're
No, B and Y is the automatic takedown.
I figured you could use my help,
I
Selena.
think
I don't remember.
You're right.
one of them does.
I just know that once I unlock the brainwash one, I only use the brainwash one. Because why would you not use the brainwash
I had
one?
So what do you
I
need,
had an army.
detective?
Yeah, that was kind of my main problem with Shadow of Mordor. Like I never actually played Shadow of War,
Never heard of it.
but
That's
Shadow
not what I wanted to hear.
Shadow of loot boxes.
What if
But
it's great?
I don't
like
trust you.
Shadow of Mordor, it's
I've
like
been missing for years.
having guys fighting for you, extra targets for the enemies to target,
Rumor has it
is
you
so
know
OP that like once you get that ability, why would you do anything else?
I mean, I guess the entire point of that game is that you're trying to build an army to fight Sauron with.
Yeah.
So like, once you get that ability, they want you to do that,
Right.
and they want you to become powerful enough to become like a threat, I guess.
Well, it's like the second half of the progression, right? Like
Yeah.
the first half is like kill as many orcs as you can because you're an edgelord with angst who just wants revenge.
Yeah.
And then the second half is like, okay, let's actually make an army. I've been wanting to play Shadow of War for a while just because I want to participate in those huge, like Lord of the Rings style, like the fort battles.
Yes.
The gameplay of Shadow of War, I haven't beat Shadow of
You're
War.
not safe
The
here.
gameplay is a lot of fun.
No one
The sieges and everything are a lot of fun.
Remember?
The story is real weird. I don't
Yeah,
know
like
why.
the sandbox is the good part. And then they made Shelob into a sexy lady.
Why?
What?
She's a giant spider.
Giant
born
terrifying
from
spider.
a giant spider who had a bunch of giant spider babies. Like, she's very
Like
clearly
Aragog.
a spider.
Fight us like a man.
Okay, let's do some.
Hey, you remember when you remember that controversy that some people were talking about, like oh, J.K. Rowling's racist because in Fantastic Beasts 2, like the evil snake turns into an Asian lady.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that shit?
I do.
I remember seeing that and thinking like, she's not racist. She's bound by the same rules that the Chinese production companies that give these movies their money like put in place. Like,
So what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to find like the window?
yeah, I think so.
But like the evidence scanners only in here.
Up there. Somewhere.
Was it up there?
I don't remember.
Oh, I just left it, so I think
Maybe it's on the other side.
I did already look at that.
There's the thing.
Man, I completely forgot how to play this game. Okay, what the hell?
Weird.
Let's leave that for a second. Where did the bullet come
Was it
from?
from the other side?
I have no idea. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. There's the hole.
Found it.
That's actually really good environment design. I never noticed that before.
I feel like I found that without even trying last time. So
The trajectory the bullet traveled will lead me to the shooter.
I just want Kevin Conroy to narrate everything I do.
That'd be great, dude. I want Kevin Conroy to do a documentary about the history of Batman.
That would be amazing. I'd watch it 1,000 times. Oh god, the church. Oh,
Fuck the church.
oh, I hate this one. I don't want to do this.
I'll do it then.
Okay, you
Alright,
played
sure,
it.
bro. Now it's your turn to talk.
I have to be entertaining now. This
Yeah.
is gonna go poorly.
introduce gameplay topics, like, or introduce like conversation topics or whatever for the gameplay.
All right, let's talk about why I hate the church so much.
Okay. Why do you hate the church so much? It's like a predator.
It is a
right?
it is a predator one, but it's like you're so low level that you can't really do anything that you want to do.
Okay.
Especially if you just came from playing Arkham Asylum, which is what I did when I started Arkham City. I played Arkham Asylum and went to Arkham City.
Shit. I forgot how to play this game too.
I mean, the controls are very unique. So if you play anything else, oh my god, I forgot the helicopters just follow you around once they see you.
Ah, I don't have the boost yet. Ah, that's what I need.
I know.
That's what I want.
That's what messed me up when I tried to fly too, because I automatically tried to boost.
Let's do the. Oh, we don't have the pressure attack, the shockwave thing.
We have nothing right now, which is why I hate this, because doing the Predator which if you screw up, I think if you mess this one up, they shoot a hostage, or at least towards the end they do.
Well, I mean, but it's also the tutorials. It's not like...
Yeah, it shouldn't be as hard as it was for me, I think, in the beginning, but I think I just wasn't paying attention.
Right,
He walks in the front door and then immediately goes into stuff, and they're just like, where did he go?
Yeah. He like throws a smoke bomb, and all of a sudden they're like shooting, and for some reason they can't hit him. I've always wanted to not counter that and see what happens, but...
You just get hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think if she comes back and you get a chance to
Do it again.
Okay.
It would be a shame to get blood all over my nice new outfit. What do you think, Fat Brain? Like it?
How many girls have you seen cosplay as this Harley?
Not as many since Suicide Squad came out.
Really?
Everyone goes straight to
Oh
Margot
yeah,
Robbie.
true. That one's easy. But this one's the most Margot Robbie-ish
Yes.
one that I've seen, though.
The one from Injustice 2, she's kind of Margot Robbie. Injustice 2 did take a lot of inspiration for Harley Quinn and Joker from Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
Because the Joker is very Jared Leto-y.
Okay, I was gonna say, do they treat that relationship like it's not shitty and abusive?
No, the Injustice comics and the games actually do the best. Well, the first game's kind of shaky with the Joker and Harley. But Injustice 2, when you play as Harley through the actual campaign, there's a sequence where she gets hit with like fear gas, and you, in the fear gas state, you have to fight off Joker, where he's like trying to get Harley to come back to him and stuff, and she
Okay.
fights him off and decides to keep working with Batman and helping people out.
Okay, interesting.
And the entire Injustice comics are
I
like
love this.
drops.
Have you never waited this long?
I have never waited. Typically, I just. So shoot him.
Stay calm. I got a gun pointing at his damn head. What's he gonna do? Oh, I don't know. Throw a smoke bomb.
Smart thug. Where's he going? They never look. They never.
Oh man, I can't grapple over to the next one right now. I want to.
To survey the room.
Oh yeah. You have to do the
It
technological
forces you
device.
to do all of its shit, but that's fine.
This is gonna be
Bruce, you just did this like 6 months ago in Arkham Asylum. You know how to do this.
Is it really just 6 months canonically? Like,
Probably. It's probably not that far off.
oh god, hold on.
tied to the scaffolding
I was just in position for the inverted,
down from there.
which is the best move in this game.
You do have to be careful in doing it though, because if someone does see you, I mean,
True.
stealth is immediately ruined.
I think that's also this is also the hardest one to do. The hanging one, because the context for it is so finicky.
Yeah.
If I can get behind those two without being seen, I can take them both in one move.
I think the speed run has you take out those guys before they even get here, which is like really impressive. How do I crouch?
RT
Okay.
or R2.
Thanks. Would have been bad if I had walked loudly toward them.
Oh, this is the hostage part where he's gonna shoot the hostage. I think 3 times in a row I somehow got the hostage shot just because I tried to glide and hit a wall and landed right in front of him.
Rip. Alright. No, but that's fine. There we go.
I really don't know why I had that much trouble with this. I do know I hated any of the church.
It's this game is super easy when you come back to it like right after playing another Arkham game.
If you play any of the Arkham games and come back, tell me.
Where's Cash?
I think he's directly below you.
Okay, cool.
You should directly below you. He's not directly.
Where's this hook hand? Look for the guy with the hook hand.
I think it's that guy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, have you watched Series of Unfortunate Events?
The one with Neil Patrick Harris?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Oh my god, it's so good. Next time on the NCBacklog, we're gonna talk about having hooks for hands, I guess.